Perfect. I think we are live right now on X, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm Shari, a senior solutions architect at NOps, and I am joined by Praveen there, who is a solution architect at AWS. And in today's session, we will explore how you can optimize your Gen AI workloads on Amazon Bedrock, not just by reducing cost, but also by improving model performance, accuracy, and control. We'll show how you can leverage NOps and AWS together to deliver an end-to-end experience from visibility and benchmarking to migration and continuous optimization around these models and GenAI migrations and stuff. And everything is centered all around Bedrock. And before we quickly jump in, a quick word would be today's session will be for 30 minutes, and we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube as well as X. And this is a recorded session available on LinkedIn, so you can share to your colleagues or any one of your friends or friends and stuff, just to walk through or like your link to the Gen AI migration assessment and model on optimization. And also, we will talk about language integration and how NOps can help us and what are the advantages of Bedrock, so on and so forth. And before we jump in, a quick word on who we are. If you guys know about NOps, that's great. For people who doesn't know much about NOps is an AWS advanced technology partner holding multiple competencies from AWS, starting from cloud operations, SMB, or spot ready, or storage, to many other things that we got. We manage over $2 billion in AWS spend and work directly with AWS teams around the world. And our mission is simple: help customers and AWS teams see, control, and optimize GenAI costs faster. And the best part, our free tools include GenAI assessment tool, which are available directly through AWS Marketplace. And the best part, they're ready to use without no setup friction or any of such kind. So that's who we are, and that's what we do. And a quick intro on what we do at NOps. Everything we do at NOps revolves around the FinOps lifecycle. And if you are not familiar with it, it runs around like three life stages, which is inform, operate, and optimize. In the inform stage, we provide complete visibility into your cloud and GenAI usage, down to individual workloads, models, even tokens as well. Then in operate and inform, we basically empower teams, engineers, SAs, and finance and leadership and the C-suite to act on these insights that you got from Inform and create a shared accountability and get metrics like cost of goods sold, cost per customer, cost per product, and so on and so forth. And finally, in Optimize, which is like an add-on, we automate actions like right sizing, scheduling, commitment management, and also many more things that we do in the Optimize section, which is like a complete automation tool in a plug and play fashion. And under the same Inform pillar sits our Gen AI assessment, which is a free tool, and map tracker, as well as a private pricing tracker, which where you have like separate contracts that you want to track and see how you burn rate and stuff that you can do. And these all are like free and exclusive tooling from us for AWS and third-party ones as well. So with all these things together, we make AWS adoption safer, faster, and more cost efficient. And so when we talk about GenAI assessment today or optimizing GenAI workloads, right? When you think of it as a natural extension of that same FinOps mindset that we have, which is like going through the same life cycle. And we also have introduced GenAI and visibility assessment tool. And now let's talk about it, right? Like every company is trying out for GenAI. Every company is pouring billions of dollars into GenAI. And today, many customers use multiple LLMs like OpenAI, Gemini, Anthropic outside of AWS ecosystem, right? And they love the flexibility, but quickly hit challenges around visibility, performance measurement, and cost transparency. And that's where NOps can help you. And our Inform tool provides a unified view of our GenAI usage, as well as compares model performance and cost and helps you determine if and how you should migrate to Bedrock, or if there is even like a purpose to migrate to Bedrock. Not like every use case or every usage will have a migration to Bedrock, but there are definitely 90% of the use cases have a very advanced benefits by moving to Bedrock. And it's all about tuning experimentation into data-driven migration decisions, right? Like whether we want to do it or not and how it's performing after doing a POCs and stuff like that. And quickly jumping into how we determine and so on and so forth, right? Uh, if I think of this whole migration or this whole pipeline, right, it is designed to be simple, fast, and accurate. The three things that the whole world has in this generation, right? Step one, we first connect your OpenAI, Gemini, or Anthropic and automatically quantify token usage, spend, and latency. And we have all this data coming in directly from the LLM provider, which is like all these three providers that we just talked about. And step two, we run with migration model assessments, comparing performance and quality with Bedrock models or models hosted on Bedrock. For example, if you think of Anthropic, if you're running Cloud 4.5 or something like that, then you can also run the same thing on Bedrock as well, right? So we compare the cost benefits, model comparison in latency and stuff on how much if you are directly using it directly from Cloud or if you're basically using the Bedrock hosted Cloud model and so on and so forth. And in step three, we generate a complete executive summary blueprint that any AWS essays or partners can be used directly in customer workshops. And by doing all this, what's the real win, right? It's the time. The real win here is like, how quickly we can get this done, right? A process that used to take weeks or even like, a couple of days and manual data cleaning, side-by-side testing, how happens, uh, manual process. Now it all happens automatically within few hours after integrating with NOps. And these are with the metrics that you can trust because we are not manually gathering something. We're directly getting it from your model provider and comparing with the models that we have on Amazon Bedrock. And that's how the whole GenAI pipeline works with NOps. And jumping into the visibility, right? How NOps can deliver all this visibility. This is the foundation of everything we do or everything any customer will do. You cannot optimize something that you cannot see or you cannot know. So that's the reason NOps can automatically discover your GenAI usage across these providers, OpenAI, Gemini, and Anthropic, which you can see on my screen, and brings that data into a single dashboard. And you can view total spend, input and token output usage, latency trends, and efficiency across different models. And now here's a real interesting part on how we integrate with Bedrock. NOps also provides Bedrock integration, where we go step beyond your inference profiles. If you push request metadata into CloudWatch, NOps can tag, trace, and attribute those usages, so you can actually track those patterns if you want to track it down by team, user, application, or product line. And this means AWS customers can get per model, per application, per user cost visibility. Imagine being able to say, hey, my customer support copilots consume this much of cost, whereas our analytics assistant only costed us this much. Product A costed that much, product B costed this much, right? That's exactly what every C-suite is looking for when they are pouring so much money into all these LLMs, right, and AI innovations. And that's the level of transparency that FinOps teams have been waiting for, and NOps can provide you in a quick fashion. And jumping into a quick mode that I want to walk into, right? That which we were just talking about. And if you look into it, this is like the data we are looking at, and we want to look into Cloud Sign 4.5 with Bedrock integration. And with Bedrock integration, what you can do is the maximum you can look in a visibility perspective is only to resource ID, which is inference profiles and stuff. But if you're pushing request metadata with into CloudWatch, right, and you want to look into, hey, I want to see which actually costed me more, so much, and so on and so forth. You can actually see the user ID or email to check, hey, which user ID actually requested or ran this XYZ prompt and how much it costed me. And you can actually see that basically drill down into it, whether it's the input usage or output usage and so on and so forth by looking into usage type. So you can basically drill down into saying that, hey, my XYZ user is actually costing me so much on input and ABC user is costing me so much on output tokens on a day-to-day basis, on a daily-to-daily basis, and hour-to-hour basis. That's the granularity we are looking for, right? And coming to the dashboards, right? These are the dashboards that we were looking at, which is like, hey, once you integrate your OpenAI cost, I want to look into and get visibility into where my cost is going, how it's going, and how much it's going, and so on and so forth. And you can look into all this cost. I'm sorry about that. So once you look into all these costs, you want to get into complete traction of how much I'm spending per token on a daily basis or on an hourly basis, so on and so forth. And this is complete usage pattern. And these are ready. These are plug and play. Once you integrate with FinOps, these dashboards will be pre-populated where you do not need to do any additional work. And in the same fashion, we can also looking across multiple AI providers. Like the previous one we were looking was for only for OpenAI. And now this one could be for multiple providers that you can look into and say, hey, some XYZ user costed me or some XYZ costed me this much, and so on and so forth. In this fashion, you can actually get into complete assessment of your cost and visibility of your cost to determine how efficiently you're using it, how much you're spending, where, when, and how much, so on and so forth. And now jumping into our presentation. So that's step one, getting the complete visibility of your cost and so on and so forth. And now the next one would be, hey, now I got the cost. What's the next thing to do? Have or to determine to move to some Bedrock model and so on and so forth. That's where our model migration assessment comes in. So jumping into it, this is where the real magic happens, right? This will compares every model you use, OpenAI, Gemini, or Anthropic, against Bedrock's portfolio. You'll see three main metrics: cost per token, throughput or tokens per second, and latency per request, combined with MMLU benchmark scores to gauge relative model quantity. What is MMLU? Massive multimodal language understanding, which is basically a generic understanding or assessment that's done by every model provider out there to benchmark their models against it to determine, because this benchmarking does across 72 comprehensive, distinct, different languages and different areas of expertise to look into and say, hey, how your model is performing. So for example, if you find the GPT-4 workload currently you're running is costing you XYZ dollar a month, you could move to cloud, Bedrock Cloud, and you can actually save over $20,000 while improving the speed by 50%. Or that Gemini workload can be moved to Bedrock Llama for accuracy savings and also faster responses and stuff. And you can toggle between our categorization here. I'm looking for cost optimized or speed optimized or quality optimized, depending on what you're looking for, and instantly get the recommendations shift around. And each recommendations is completely different. You can inspect the cost delta, speed improvements, and quality changes line by line. And this gives customers and AWS teams confidence to say, hey, yes, this migration makes sense, and here's the data to back it up. And jumping into a quick demo, I really want to show you how it will look like on our demo model. And this is like, how we are looking at. We are looking at cost optimized right now. And I want to look at speed optimized. And I'm looking at cost optimized models across OpenAI's OSS because it's the cheapest one if you're running on chat on OpenAI directly. Moving to Bedrock OpenAI OSS is way cheaper because it's the most cheapest model available out there. And if I want to look at speed optimized, I can definitely flip it around and see, hey, these are the models that are speed optimized compared to your GenAI models or Gemini ones. And these are the quality optimized models and so on and so forth. And I can look at model provider. Hey, I want to just look at Claude. I want to move everything to Claude. You can do that too. Now we are looking at only three variables at this point, right? Now we want to look into another model, another variable, which is like, hey, what if I have a use case specific one? That's where we are coming up with it, where you can actually say use case. My use case is more like a support chatbot. My use case is more like a coding chatbot or coding agent and stuff like that. So based on those use cases, we can also update this. That's the next step that Minops is working towards. And in this way, you can actually analyze your models and look into it. And now, final step. Now, hey, this makes sense. I have got the data. I've visualized it, and this is what I'm paying. And moving to Bedrock makes sense because I'm gaining X, Y, Z in speed, latency, and everything. And I'm also saving tons of money. So this definitely makes sense. How can we go from there? Once the assessment is complete, Anops automatically creates an executive summary output. The document outlines three phases: assessment, AWS SA discovery, and project kickoff. It's designed for AWS SA's partners or FinOps teams to get straight to the migration planning phase. Inside, you'll find expected savings, like latency improvements, and recommended Bedrock models based on the models and mappings and stuff. And it's essentially ready to use as a migration blueprint. And the key benefit of it, it drastically shortens the discovery lifecycle, which will take weeks and weeks of time. And so customers can move from evaluation to execution with confidence in a very quick fashion. And with that, I'll hand off things to Parvinder, who's from AWS, and he'll take you deeper into Bedrock best practices and how AWS helps customers operate and optimize all these models at scale and what's coming up in the Bedrock ecosystem. Parvinder, over to you.
Thanks, Shuri. Hi, everyone. I'm Parvinder Singh. I'm a partner solutions architect with AWS. I engage with ISVs like ANOPS on the build and market side of things, including GTM, how we co-innovate and add value to customers. So going back and tying back to how Shori was explaining on the model, how the assessments are going to happen, migration. So as we see, next is Amazon Bedrock. So I'm excited to share how Bedrock can help you build and scale GenAI applications. Within this slide, it's a without going deep into the slide, it's a progression of GenAI we have seen in a very short span of time. We have seen from POCs to production and now to the business value, what the customers are looking at. Next slide, please. So, giving an overview of what Amazon Bedrock is, take it as Amazon Bedrock. It's a comprehensive, secure, and flexible service for building GenAI applications that includes agents. So it provides a complete platform where your GenAI applications can be built and scaled at any at the without the infrastructure which you would want to look into. Now, key benefits would be flexibility, where you can choose the best models for your specific use case, cost optimization and performance tuning capabilities. Secure, that security is paramount. So secure customization unique using your proprietary data, if that's the case, built-in responsible AI and safety guardrails. And it's also fully managed. So within the next slides, you will see the key benefits will be iterated and how it's combined together to provide one build solution. Next slide, please. Going into the model, how many fully managed models Amazon Bedrock has, customers have continuously told us that one of the most important features of Amazon Bedrock is how easy it is to experiment with either select or combination of wide range of foundational models. So this is why we're building with a range of foundational model as easy as an API call. So today, Bedrock provides access to wide range of foundational models from leaders, and if you see on the slide, from Anthropic, Stability, Mistral, Meta, Cohere, to name a few. Now, this flexibility means that you can select the right tool for your specific business requirements. Next slide, please. I would also wanted to introduce Amazon's own foundational models. It would be another session in itself. Without diving deep, I wanted to just provide an overview. The Amazon Nova foundational models, they offer state-of-the-art capabilities with excellent price performance. Now, going from top to down, you have Nova Micro to Premier, going from entry level to your most advanced general purpose Nova model. We also have Nova models for content models, which are Canvas and Reel. And not to mention, we also have Nova Sonic, which is for speech to speech application. So these models are fully integrated with all the Bedrock tools and features if the customers are going to look for it. Next slide, please. Going by how Shori was saying that in the model evaluation, if you see into the Claude family of models, how you can have intelligence, speed, and cost. So Claude family of models offer the best models across intelligence and speed requirements. They are all available on Amazon Bedrock as well. Now, highlighting the model, you can choose between intelligence level, speed requirements, cost consideration, and vision capabilities across all models. Now, it's one of the best models across intelligence. If I take an example of Claude Opus 4, it has capabilities such as enabling your agents for AI agents to tackle complex and multi-step tasks. Now, that could be like autonomously managing multi-channel marketing campaign is one of the examples if you want to take it. Or the agentic search and research, where example could be analyzing patent databases, academic papers, or market reports. So that's one of the examples how Cloud Opus can help, and with speed, intelligence, and lower cost as compared to other models. Next slide, please. Now, if you've also invested in and created your own models. Now, we have seen example how the foundational models and multiple of them are available. But if you've already invested and created your own models, you can import them with your custom model import feature within Amazon Bedrock. Now, what it does, it provides a unified experience across all AI models, both customs and pre-built. Now, this integration enhances the value of the existing AI investments you already have, and you can leverage Amazon Bedrock's native tools like knowledge bases, guardrails, and agents with these imported models. Next slide, please. Another feature set within Amazon Bedrock is Amazon Bedrock Agent Core. Again, we have introduced this a couple of months ago. It is GA now available for everyone to use. It will also have to have another session, so not to dive deep into each and every single part of it, but to provide an overview again, Amazon Bedrock Agent Core, it's a set of foundational building blocks that enables customers to quickly, securely build, deploy, and run enterprise-grade agent and multi-agents at any scale. And it works with custom frameworks and popular open source frameworks like True AI, LandGraph, Strand Agents, Llama Index, to name a few. It's designed for organizations who are exactly looking into their AI agents from proof of concept build to open source and then to production at any scale. Again, tying back to how Shori was explaining, if a team is looking, analyzing the models and looking at it, now what next? And you're creating a POC, right there, you can use Amazon Bedrock Agent Core very fast, and you can have runtime, memory, gateway, browser tools, right, built everything in one. Next slide, please. Now, this is absolutely fundamental, as I'll reiterate again. Security, we may repeat this, you may see me repeating several times. We do not store the inference or training data. Now, if we do not store it, it cannot be used by AWS or by the model providers for any other purpose. The Bedrock puts you complete control of your data. Your data is never used for to improve foundational models, even by other customers. Your data is never shared by third-party providers, and data stays within the region where you've created. And you can choose which models to enable in which region. So, to example, if an API request comes from Frankfurt region and data is Frankfurt region, that's up to you. Like you can choose in which region you want to put the data in. So we provide choices to customer, but it's up to the customers and the model choices across the access, region, and security. Next slide, please. So continuing on the security, all communication to and from within Amazon Bedrock service are always encrypted in transit. We do require TLS 1.2 as minimum to connect to Amazon Bedrock. And you would also see within this slide, Amazon Bedrock has achieved a number of compliance standards, FedRAMP, GDPR, HEPA, PCI, to name a few. Now, again, you can also use AWS KMS managed encryption keys to protect the information further. You can fine-tune models. It can be encrypted with your own AWS KMS key. Now, this extensive compliance coverage makes Bedrock suitable for even the regulated industries like FinOps or healthcare. Next slide, please. Continuing on security, guardrails, it is for Amazon Bedrock, it enables you to implement and safeguard tailored to your application. And what it does, you can configure threshold to filter harmful content, jailbreaks, prompt attacks. You can also even remove PII or security information from your application. Now it's up to the customers that you can how much safety, privacy, and security are in terms of your application. But again, to reiterate, safety, privacy, security are the core of everything we do. Next slide, please. Now, we've provided an overview on Bedrock, how the migration will happen, how NOps can come in, help the customers. The next step on what Amazon Bedrock could do. One of the success stories I wanted to share is with DoorDash. DoorDash had a challenge where they were manually handling incoming requests from delivery drivers, and it was becoming insufficient. As a part of a solution, they built an AI-powered voice bot using Amazon Bedrock, Lex, and Connect. Just to provide an overview, Amazon Lex is a service for building conversational interfaces into any applications using voice and text. And Amazon Connect is Amazon's AI native contact center, which customers can use. Now, with that solution, sorry, yeah, with that solution, uh, DoorDash have saved around 3 million in year-over-year operational costs, 49% reduction in agent transfers. Now you can see this demonstrates the real business impact, how GenAI can benefit once implemented properly. Next slide, please. And finally, Amazon Bedrock Marketplace. Now, this gives access to 100 plus specialized models within Amazon Bedrock. Notable providers, as you can see, Hugging Face, Stability, IBM, NVIDIA. Now, this expanding ecosystem ensures that you always have access to state-of-the-art models. And now is the perfect time for you to start your GenAI journey with Amazon Bedrock. We do have resources available. If anyone have any questions, reach out to me or the team. We'll be happy to help them. Uh, Next slide. Thank you. And now I'll pass it on to Shori for closing remarks and providing the
Thanks.
details.
Awesome. Thanks, Pravinder, for that brief overview on the Amazon Bedrock. Uh, Jumping into Clara. Clara is ANOP's own FinOps AI agent, and this is completely built based on Amazon Bedrock, which is a very conversational chatbot around your FinOps and cloud and source SaaS cloud spend. And think of it as the fastest way to ask a question around your cost or in cloud or SaaS products and get action, not just a chat. And you can type where did my Gen AI spend or token spend go yesterday, or where did it spike yesterday, and Clara can return the answer with drivers. Plus one click away to schedule a recurring or trigger a policy. So in the sense, like instead of you coming over and asking it a question every day, the same question, you can just schedule it for every day or once a week, and you can actually get a notification of the result onto your Slack, onto your email, or onto your Teams, or directly on the NOps dashboard whenever you log in. And it can also run these prompts in the background. So anomaly sweeps, budget checks, waste reports, and drop results into your feed automatically. So if you want to get an anomaly detection on your GenAI spend from OpenAI or Bedrock or even on AWS, you can click them. You can create them in a single prompt, and you can get those notifications around it. So with these things, teams does not need to chase dashboards. The insights will show up to them ready to use in a quick fashion. And again, we're trying to reduce the time and on finding the root cause analysis, or like find the cost, where did it spike and when it spiked. We can get all those things via Clara, which is a FinOps AI agent, right? And jumping into what it can do further, here's what and where Clara makes the huge difference, right? Cloud and SaaS cost answers in a very natural human language. No filters, no pivot tables are needed anymore. Forecasting and anomaly detection, advanced time series model projections, and also spends and flag outliers, and explaining root causes around all those things. And pre-built FinOps prompts, which are already ready to available. So if you have like regular trends that you want to track, or budgeting or optimization, you don't even need to create a prompt again or write a prompt. There are already pre-built prompts are available for you. All you need to do is like click a button, subscribe to it, and you can actually get all those results on a day-to-day basis. And waste reductions as well, and CFOA outputs, which is very important for like C-suite, especially where they want to get breakdown by service, account by account, project by project, or user by user. And basically you can share them across these C-suites with just like in a quick link. And easy integration, AWS, Azure, GCP, Kubernetes, all kinds of SaaS and GenAI providers, including Bedrock that we have seen earlier. And jumping into one more advanced feature of Clara, which is lang views. It's not just a feature, I would say. This is like a real world problem solving feature that we have developed. And it's just the icing on top for Bedrock migration. Let's assume you got your benchmarks, you have done all your migration, and you're good with POC. Now, if you want to integrate Langfuse, which is like an open source one, and keep you optimized in everywhere you're running, and it's going to be in POC or in production. The main reason is once you tune it and once you deploy your models and once you are running them completely right, you still will. There is no software built without any bugs, right? You still want to track them in a quick fashion. And with Langfuse integration, and once Langfuse is also integrated into your existing model and stuff, right? We will capture every message, every token, every call, every error for your LLM's prompts and retries, latencies, and user tries. Instead of you going 200, 300 levels deeper, this can summarize and analyze all those things in a very good fashion, in a summarized fashion. So you get your root cause analysis in a second. And how it will improve and how it will help customers and how it will improve your integrations with all these Bedrock elements, right? Under the hood, we auto ingest all the traces and sessions and tokenized counts and metadata. And on top, we layer Clara, which is like actionable insights automation, right? So anomalies, RCAs, regression alerts, and model drifts can also be tracked in a very quick summary fashion. And this means that you can actually get your global and production ready packages to analyze your workloads or your errors in a quick fashion. And the big one, prove real, not emulated, right? Results when moving to model A to model B in Bedrock, or from model A in open source ones or from model providers to model B in a Bedrock, you want to check your impact on the UX, performance, tool time call errors, and error rates, cost details, and all those things can be summarized in a quick fashion, so you can analyze the models and performance really quickly. And obviously, we are coming up with AWS MCP integration as well that can help you analyze costs really quickly and find all these analysis in a quick fashion to determine whether it's valuable for your organization or not. So the full loop here is, guys, we are assessing your models, we are migrating and giving you analysis on advanced analysis and assessments on those things, and you can will migrate and operate and optimize continuously with LangFuse integration from Clara as well. So you move to Bedrock with Clara and LangFuse, you keep move your models fast and accurate and cost efficient continuously at all times. And jumping into question and answer session, we are up for the time, but we can take a couple of questions probably. If you have any questions, just drop them in the LinkedIn comments or X or on YouTube on the comments, and we'll have them pop up here. We do have a question from X, I believe. I'm just going to drop him here. So how do I know which GenAI model is most cost effective for my works? So that's where you use an ops assessment tool. But Parminder, if you want to add some more things on top of it, that's great.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good question, and we do see it a lot when the customers are moving in. Again, not going into the specific workloads, but if somebody's starting on assessing and how the GenAI model, which one's cost effective, I would say there are a few strategies they can go with. Selection on the specific use case, as I said, choose between on-demand and provision throughput models, where the pricing will come in. Utilize batch modes, non-real workloads as compared to the real ones, which are more predominantly heavy to reduce the cost. Prompt caching is another one where customers can beneficial and they can look at it how they are implementing it. Again, all this because in the POC phase you'll come to know, okay, this model works best, or there's a combination of models. Again, leveraging model distillation, that's a very good feature where customers should look at it. It can reduce costs drastically. Again, tying back to NOps, Clara, Clara is another example that the cost optimization and how continuously they can look at it. And ongoing optimization, again, like this is when they're starting in, and then ongoing continuous evaluation on new models. Amazon Bedrock also have features on model evaluations. Then systemically reassessing on the what the potential improvements are. So these are some of the approaches which come to my mind right now.
Awesome. That's great. I think you hit it on the target, which have to analyze and wait to look at the cost. For due to time constraint, we're just going to cover one question for today. Just one quick update. We are doing a continuous series of these GenAI sessions, and the next part of this series is going to be in person in the Bay Area. If you're in the Bay Area, please join us in the Palo Alto office of AWS. And you can scan this QR code and register it, or you can just go to NOps Events website, and you'll be able to register there as well. We'd love to host you in person and answer all your questions in person as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Parvinder. Really appreciate your time and walk through around AWS Bedrock as well. Really appreciate it. Thanks,
Sounds
everyone.
good. Thank you.
Wonderful day.